Welcome to part 9, where we swap hype for humidity. This is me going full Florida man, breaking down why GTA 6 map should include the wild, sweaty, pastel-flavored chaos I grew up in. I'm talking about Key West, Orlando, alligator drive-bys, Waffle House wisdom, and personal stories that scream, put this shit in a game. If you've never driven down US 1 blasting Pitbull in a rental car while dodging iguanas, then buckle up, because this is the next best thing.
Place, we ain't caring about your feelings, yeah. Anytime, any place, you can feel it here. Steven Daniel out of space, so we clear the air. Any topic and it's safe, so just be prepared. Don't assume, keep it straight, we might keep it fair. Fuck the news, fuck a page, we gon' keep it real. If you tune in, then you sick for real. Fuck a Bluetooth, we took the red pill. Every image in the video, talk about it. Different views on the subject, we must talk about it. At the end of the day, we just talking, homie. Only me in the room, but it's like a party. Introducing Steven Daniel, author, artist, all-around great fucking guy.
Now I want to talk about my experience with Key West, actually Florida in general, things I lived through and hope to see in GTA 6. Let me start by saying this. If Rockstar skips out on Key West in GTA 6, they've officially lost the plot. I don't care how many Vice beaches or tropical sunsets they shove in. If I don't see a naked guy on a scooter sword fighting an iguana while a drag queen plays the bongos in the background, I'm going to be a little upset. Look, I'm a Floridian, born, raised, baked under the godforsaken sun like a gator jerky. I've been up and down the damn state so much that I could drive from South Beach to Jacksonville with my eyes closed and one hand gripping a gas station Cuban sandwich. But the Panhandle, I never really touched it. That place might as well be Alabama in witness protection. You want to know chaos? You zoom that map all the way down to the southern tip. I'm talking Key West, a.k.a. Bone Island, a.k.a. what happens when spring break never ends and the pirates never left. Military sent our family back in 2009, just me and my wife, and we left there in 2013 just after my firstborn turned 1 and just before my liver filed for divorce. And holy hell, the stuff I've seen there, Duval Street at 10 a.m., it's family fun. Bikes, brunch, snorkeling, jet skiing, boating, fishing. But by 10 p.m., it's Mardi Gras meets Vegas on Molly. But without the casinos, you got old swingers, naked on rooftops, drag shows that'll change your life and your orientation, and bars that open so early they legally qualify as churches. Now, Rockstar, let's talk. Key West is your golden goose. No, your golden goose on acid. You want boat chases? Done. Smuggling routes? Welcome to the Keys. You want absurdity? I once saw a guy in a banana hammock get into a screaming match with a rooster at 2 a.m. over nachos. I'm not joking. If that's not GTA material, I don't know what is. Talking about chickens, I see iguanas and raccoons on these screenshots and trailers, but the Keys are filled with chicken and roosters all over the fucking place. They're just as annoying as iguanas. But let me paint the picture, right? Cruise ships, sunset celebration at Mallory Square, tourists snapping selfies at the southernmost point while local hustlers try to sell them authentic pirate bones. And behind all the pastel buildings, grit, crime, motels that rent by the hour, dive bar where your drink comes with a tetanus, boat rentals run by guys who definitely have warrants. Right here, as you can see on the map, Whitehead Street. This right here is where vibe shifts from cute Instagram story to, oh shit, am I on the right side mission? You've got the six-toed cat house on one side. Yeah, Hemingway's cats are still running that joint. And on the other, strip clubs, tattoo parlors, and CVS's that never close because drunk chaos doesn't keep bankers' hours. Now, let me tell you about Garden of Eden. It's a bar with a twist. Go upstairs, boom, clothing optional. And no, it's not what you're thinking. It's not sexy. It's not even weird hot. It's mostly wrinkly swingers airing out their regrets. But I used to tell every young tourist looking for a vibe. Even family and friends, I would tell them when they ask me, where should I go? I tell them to head there. They go because, oh my goodness, Steven's recommended me something. And I send them in blind just for the prank. And they would come back cracking up with a good story to tell. Loved it. If you leave that place without PTSD or a sunburn in a spot that's usually shaded, you're doing it wrong. Here on Duval Street, from Fat Tuesdays to Irish Kevin's to Captain Tony's Saloon. Yeah, I said it, not Sloppy Joe's. Screw Sloppy Joe's. That place is where tourists go to get overcharged and overwhelmed. Locals know where the good drinks and weird vibes are. Captain Tony's, a bar with actual pirate energy, and I don't mean Johnny Depp on ketamine. I mean historically executed criminals and actual haunted bathroom stalls. There's a tree in the middle of the bar where they used to hang people. Literal hangings. In the bar, you sip your rum runner under a branch where someone probably crapped themselves in 1864. If that's not GTA worthy, I don't know what is. And let's not forget the decor. This place has bras hanging from ceiling like a Victoria's Secret exploding during a hurricane. And they serve a drink called the Pirate Punch that will make you see the devil playing shuffleboard. That's actually my favorite drink on the island. I love that. My wife hates it though. Ghost stories? You bet. There's a legend that if you take a photo in the women's bathroom alone, a ghost appears behind you. Personally, I think that ghost just wants to see if you flushed. This bar alone could be its own mission hub in GTA. Find a hidden safe behind the wall or something. Or I'll drink a pirate ghost and win a sidekick parrot named Lieutenant Beakface, who calls everyone jackass. I'm telling you, you can feel the energy just by walking down Duval. Music pouring out, bachelor parties mixing with retirees, chickens running loose, and oh yeah, actual ghost stories. People swore the bathrooms at Captain Tony's or in other places all around the islands are haunted. I never saw a ghost there, just my reflection after 4 pirate punches and a conch fritter. Same difference. All of this is what makes Key West perfect for Rockstar. You've got this beautiful tropical exterior, but once you dig under the surface, it's all whiskey, weirdos, and ghost hookups. I mean, you go out for a brunch, and the next thing you know, you're passed out on a stranger's yacht with half a sunburn and a tattoo of the Taco Bell logo on your thigh. Oh, and I forgot to explain the sunset celebration I mentioned earlier at Manillery Square. Every night, without fail, the town gathers for the sunset celebration. Street performers, fire breathers, steel drums, people getting high and philosophical about how the sun is a metaphor. And all of this happens 30 feet from where someone is haggling over a conch shell bong. It's like a peaceful Burning Man got drunk and joined a cruise. That vibe, that's what GTA should channel. Make it a nightly in-game event. Just make it weird. Now, once you leave the wild circus of Key West, you drive up through the rest of the Keys. This ain't no ordinary road trip. It's a test of patience, bladder control, and whether your AC can survive the Florida sun without bursting into flames. I did this drive every other weekend for 4 years to visit our family in the mainland. It would take us 4 hours or more if there was a special event or a holiday or something like Bike Week or Crab Fest. You've got Isla Morada, Key Largo, the 7 Mile Bridge, which is terrifying to drive on. It's beautiful, but one wrong move from you or another bastard, you're in the water, waving the dolphins, and your regret. Always made me nervous. And the stops, oh, they were glorious. We've stopped in many different places to try different foods, going to bars and places that people recommended, people that were born there and grew up there. You've got greasy burger joints like in Sunset Grill, which slapped so hard I considered proposing to the fry cook. I don't know if it's still open, but when I was there, this was one of our favorite spots. You got real key lime pie hidden in joints that look like meth labs, but taste like heaven. And look at this mini golf. I played there quite a bit. Why? Because that's Florida, right? Random as hell. And somehow nostalgic. Now that I think of it, was this where Cal was playing mini golf? A lot of people thought that it's Orlando, but there is a mini golf in the Keys. Anyways, about 5 years ago, I did a review on an event called Fantasy Fest that's in Key West every year. I mean, I don't know if they still do it. Right now I'm recording and I'm not doing research on that. But let's assume that it's still going on. What is Fantasy Fest? You think Mardi Gras is wild? You have no idea. The video is unlisted, so the only way to watch it is by clicking the link in the description. That is where you'll really get a taste of what Key West, Florida is all about. It's raw, unfiltered, unforgettable. I'm telling you, after watching it, you're going to understand exactly why I believe Rockstar needs to include Key West in GTA 6. Now, moving up the map, I'm not going to even bother covering Miami because based on what we've seen so far, Rockstar's probably going to nail 95% of it, from Club Space to Bayside, from Versace Mansion to the Shady Strip Mall where I met my probation officer. Honestly, there's so much in Miami. I'd love to roam around the game and just react in real time. Oh, look, there's the Discovery Museum with that weirdly cool entrance. And look, there's where my wife and I had our second date, and there's the first adult store I've ever went to, and oh look over there, that's Star Island where they filmed at least 10 movies that you swear were real life. It's sensory overload. Miami's just a lot. So we're gonna scroll all the way west to close to where I lived during my high school years is Holiday Park. Been there about 12 times. For either family taking me going with friends, or a bunch of fucking field trips from school. You want to go anywhere past civilization? Gotta hop on a lawnmower with the propeller and hold on to dear life. You haven't lived until a guy named Buddy drives you 60 miles per hour through swamp water while pointing out where he saw aliens last week. I hated going on these things, especially when my parents and school made us go on these things, right? Because riding on an airboat, it sounds like a blast, right? Until you realize it's just a giant hairdryer on a swamp. It's all fun and games first, skimming across the water like a redneck James Bond, then bam, your face is covered in bugs. I'm not kidding. Your eyes are watering and there's a love bug doing backflips on your molars. You don't need lunch. Just smile and with your mouth open. Now, we're going to go up north to Orlando. And Rockstar, listen, I love chaos, but Orlando, that's not chaos. That's a carefully manufactured theme park induced panic attack, right? It's where dreams go to die, slowly, in the sun, in line, next to someone named Carol screaming at their kids while a dude in a goofy hat passes out from heat stroke. And yet, Rockstar needs to include it, because if you're gonna parody Florida, you cannot leave out its crown jewel of childhood trauma and adult bankruptcy, Orlando. Look, I know Disney's gonna sue if they even hint at a knockoff castle because of them losing money at the moment right now. So here's the move. Give us a busted up, off-brand theme park that feels like Disneyland got a divorce and started drinking. Call it like we know that it should be called Quincy World, right? I don't care. Call it whatever you want. Just make it wild. Have a janky monorail. A sketchy animatronic singing a song that sounds like it was written by a coked-out AI. A fairy tale princess named Glitterina who moonlights as a bounty hunter on weekends. Throw in a fake SeaWorld with emotional damaged orcas, or a Universal knockoff where the rides break down mid-loop and you're stuck hanging upside down next to a guy named Carl who's eating a churro while vomiting. And I'm not just ranting for fun. I grew up near all of this. I've driven up and down the state more times than a repo guy in GTA cutscene. Field trips, family vacations, club nights, bad decisions, I've lived it. Hollywood Beach, I've been there. Bayside Marketplace, drank there. Everglades, like I said, I've airboarded it. I've done prom night on A1A, spring break on South Beach and Fort Lauderdale with the Outer Towners. And I know exactly which CVS in Orlando sells beer after midnight and turns a blind eye to pirate cosplay. And don't even get me started on I-4. You know, that was in the leaks too, that, I-4 was referenced. That's not a highway. That's a rage simulator, a real-time test of your faith in humanity. I-4 is where you go to scream into your steering wheel, watch a minivan cut across 5 lanes to make a Disney Springs exit, and reflect on its poor decision that led you there. So if Rockstar doesn't turn I-4 into an actual in-game challenge, I'll be a little sad. Here's the real missed opportunity, though. Orlando nightlife, the upside-down house, the pirate-themed mini-golf, the sketchy Ferris wheel that looks like it was built with leftover roller coaster parts from 1998. I mean, you could make an entire GTA Night Shift DLC out of International Drive alone. It's chaos, it's crime, it's colorful, it's perfect. And don't act like Rockstar can't pull it off. These maniacs made an entire satire of Hollywood and Los Santos and a 10-mile hike trail where you can punch hippies. If they can make yoga a minigame, they can make Orlando a hellhole of churros and broken dreams. Because I want to talk about real quick, Fred Pictures lore. What is that? This deserves a moment. Fred Pictures is Rockstar's long-running parody of Disney. Fred is a mascot. You see right here, this mascot is a 1930s wolf that looks like Mickey's evil twin. The founder, Fred Quincy, murdered an actor and his secretary. Fred Quincy, he's the parody of Walt Disney, known for producing movies like Bitch in the Trunk and The Loneliest Robot. If you play GTA, go watch it in the theaters, or watch it if you own the penthouse, watch it in your private theater room. Watching these things, it's very raunchy, and it ain't no Pixar. There's even the Fred store on Vinewood Boulevard in GTA 5. Look at it. It looks like a Disney store. It even has that low-key that hints at a full-on theme park. Fairyland, Quincy World, whatever they call it. If I don't get a theme park in fake Orlando, I would genuinely be upset. Same goes for Key West, Florida. And I know, obviously, that Rockstar can't straight up say Disney parody, right? They can't say that. That would get them sued so fast that their next game would be called Grand Theft Auto Courtroom Edition. But that's where the magic satire comes in. Quincy World is Rockstar's answer to Mickey's empire. Quincy World can be a kingdom of joy, lies, and funnel cake-induced diarrhea. I think if they couldn't do a Disney parody, right? Here's what I would want instead. If they couldn't do a Disney parody with monorails and all that shit, I would still want a theme park, but something that feels like a sketchy hybrid between Fun Spot, Old Town, and a dash of Six Flags After Dark. I don't know why, but the thing that comes in mind is Nuka World, right? In the Fallout 4 DLC. You can go fucking wacky. Just make something up. Doesn't have to look like Disney. Doesn't have to look like SeaWorld or Universal. You can go wacky. Just one theme park. That's all you have to do. Create an I-4, have the hotels and the restaurants and the wacky shit on International Drive on one side, and on the other side is the theme park. Theme park, highway, International Drive. That's it. That's all you need. I mean, it would be great if they could do 2 parks. Like I said, I would love a Disney parody park, but it would be nice too to have a Universal one. I can imagine like Rockstar coming up with something like calling it Global Film Experience featuring fossil freaks, where you drive a golf cart through an alligator-infested lagoon while someone yells, "This wasn't in a brochure," or this park can have Grimble's Magical World, which is a clear shot at the Wizarding World. Something. And for those that don't know what International Drive is, that's Florida's Vegas Strip for people who can't afford Vegas, still believe in the Olive Garden. It has themed mini golfs, Ripley's Believe It or Not, which is WTF, sketchy bars, a haunted house run by a guy who definitely used to be a magician or a felon, maybe both. You drive through this place and you see, mini golf course next to Hooters. You see wax museums with a wax figure of someone who's not even famous yet, and a Fun Spot America. That's where you get whiplash on a wooden roller coaster built by sadness. It's glorious. It's horrible. It's pure GTA. I mean, I keep coming back to it. My mind is going crazy right now thinking about Quincy World, right? I just can't imagine it could have cult-like employees with frozen smiles, dead eyes, and access to military-grade security drones. I mean, you think Mickey has security? Quincy has snipers in the fireworks show. You could go nuts with this. If there's no in-game mission called the Mascot Massacre, where you fight off deranged costume characters in a backstage brawl, I'm going to personally egg Rockstar Studios. Just kidding. I'll never do that. But you get what I'm saying. You can't have a Florida-based GTA without mocking the House of Mouse. Give me a mission that starts with the tour guide and ends with me ziplining off a castle into a pile of churros. Give me a boss fight against a knockoff Goofy named Sloppy. Because Florida is not just a map. It's an experience, a glorious, sunburn, overpriced existential crisis, and Orlando is its final boss. Now, there are other parts of Florida I visited too. I've been to Tampa plenty of times, vacation in Fort Myers and Sanibel Island. I made more trips through Jacksonville than I can count, mostly because you have to pass through it to visit family in South Florida, because I'm all the way up right now in South Carolina. I've been all up and down the East Coast. Daytona for the NASCAR races, and Bike Week, which I love. Totally different vibe from the chaos of Key West version of the Bike Week, by the way. But honestly, I could sit here forever naming all the places I've been into in Florida. That's why I'm so excited to see how much Rockstar includes. And speaking of travel, one thing I really hope that they nail is the Florida Turnpike rest stops. I've driven that and I-75 so many times that cruising those roads in GTA 6 is going to feel like I'm either going on vacation or going home. That's the kind of nostalgia I am waiting for. And that's the Florida experience, baby. Half postcard, half fever dream, and 100% GTA worthy. I lived it, I survived it, and I want Rockstar to digitize every ounce of it. But up next, in part 10, we're talking about concept art. Fan-made masterpieces that slap harder than a 5-star wanted level. We're going to go over a deviant piece by Avatar SD and something called The Mapping Project. It's like fan fiction, but with more palm trees and fewer shirtless vampires. Get ready